In this problem, you've got a coffee machine that puts 8 ounces of coffee in a cup, and they fill 1,000 cups. And then here, we've listed 12 of them. They take a sample. So 12 listed amounts were selected from the data. In the 1,000 recorded amounts, there was a mean. So we have a sample. I'll get you a little head on sample notation or notation for statistics. X bar is sample mean, and it's 8.1. And the sample standard deviation is 0.3. How many of the 12 listed amounts are within 1.5 standard deviations of the mean? So I've drawn a normal distribution here. In the very middle, it is your mean. And the majority of your data will be within 2 standard deviations. The majority of it will definitely be within 3 standard deviations. So here you have the mean plus 1 standard deviation, and then 2 standard deviations, and then 3 standard deviations. And then this way is -1, -2, -3. And they want to know the range, the numbers, how many of the 12 listed amounts are within the 1.5 standard deviations of the mean. So first we need to figure out what X bar plus or minus 1.5 standard deviations is. Find the lower number and the upper number, and then count and see how many of these numbers are in that range. So X bar is 8.1 plus or minus 1.5 times the standard deviation, which is 0.3. And once again, you got to do all this by hand, but that's going to be 8.1 plus or minus 0.45. And 8.1 minus 0.45 is 7.65. And I did all these hand calculations on the side of my paper, but I'm not going to do that in the video. 8.1 plus 0.45, and that's 8.55. So how many of the numbers listed are in between these two numbers? So look, 7.51 does not fall in that range. That one does, that one does, that one, all of the rest of them do. And you start out with 12, so that means 11 fall within 1.5 standard deviations of the mean. And that's your answer, and it's E.